So in all my trainings, I use some methods, some philosophies that I have developed from my own journey, from my own experience, and learning from some very powerful teachers. I have learned from many teachers, but I have few specific teachers who have gone very deep with. I have apprenticed with one of them. Some of them are not physically in this reality, but I have studied them very deeply and learned immensely from them. And while all of that has influenced me deeply, it has impacted me deeply, I have also got my own unique experience, my own unique teaching, which has helped me to shape these trainings, these methods, and these philosophies. One of them is called Study of Self, which is also the name of the training, the group training that I offer, but it is also a method. So, this part of the training deals with the active exploration of your consciousness, of discovering who you are, of intentionally choosing who you want to be, of developing your consciousness. The second aspect is called Unschooling the Unconscious. This is related to study of self because it also involves exploration. But in this, we go more specifically into discovering what is in your unconscious and in transforming that, healing that, and either neutralizing it or replacing it. So, a lot of techniques out there talk about replacing bad programs with good programs. While I help people do that, I also give them a third option is to create neutral space within themselves, within their unconscious, where we are creating space for creativity, for spontaneity, so that we are not pre-deciding how we want to be in the world, but we get to be spontaneous and creative of how we want to be in the world. So instead of replacing one undesirable program with another program which seems desirable right now, we will just create space within you where you get to be alive in every moment to decide what you do, how you show up. Hmm. What do I mean by a program? A program is any behavior that is predetermined when you're operating in the world. And we have countless programs within us. A lot of them are inherited right at birth. This is what we call genetics, DNA, whatever you want to call it. And not all programs are bad. And beyond good and bad, some programs are just limiting and they need to be evolved, they need to be upgraded. Many programs come from our families, our schools, our culture. Just in general, unconsciously, we are constantly picking up things that are happening around us. Whatever we perceive and do not process consciously is processed by our unconscious and may end up becoming a program if it is repeated regularly. Sometimes we may also intentionally and consciously choose a program which is healthy, but it has an expiration date. Such a program begins as a protection and becomes a prison. It starts as a tool that ends up limiting us at some stage of our lives. So, unschooling the unconscious is about unloading programs that are no longer serving us today, which we may still be believing that they are good because they have helped us immensely. And someday we realize that what was helping us has started limiting us. What has got us where we are today cannot take us any further and is actually blocking us from going further. So, unschooling the unconscious is about discovering these programs that are either classically bad or have started good and become limiting, and either replacing them and evolving them with another program or just creating space for creativity and spontaneity. A lot of people lack this space. They always need that certainty of knowing how to react, of knowing how to respond, of having predetermined morals, of having a, an identity which is good. So, this is something that is different about my teachings is that yes, you can have all of that, and you have another option to start balancing and creating a neutral space that's just for you to be creative and spontaneous, where you can use your power to decide who you want to be and how you want to show up. And this is something I have learned in my own journey because I was regularly seeing teachers telling me what's wrong with me and how I can fix myself. But it was always them telling me what is the right way to do things. The way I work in Unschooling the Unconscious is that I will help people to discover their programs that are limiting them, that are obstructing them. But in most cases, I will not tell them what to do. I will not give them an alternative. Either they come up with the alternative that feels right to them, or we just create space for them to be spontaneous and creative. If I do offer an alternative, it is always a suggestion that needs to be tested, that needs to be experienced before you incorporate it, because I always tell people not to believe me, not to trust what I say, to test it, experience it, make it your own. And while making it your own, I can guide you to see if you are entering into blind spots and not realizing what you're creating. But that is my role, is not to tell you what to do, not to tell you how to live, but to create space for you to figure that out for yourself.